Hi there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Today we are going to talk about a fragrance that kind of grows on you. Sometimes you try a fragrance and you think this will be just a one-time try and you might not really have a lot of expectations from it. But then this fragrance starts to grow on you and then you realize that you're wearing this every day and you kind of have fallen in love with this kind of a fragrance. So we're talking about a fragrance like this which is very beautiful, very light, very airy and makes it for a complete fantastic summer fragrance. I'm talking about MFK's Aqua Universalis Forte. Let's get started. Aqua Universalis Forte by MFK or Maison Francis Cordigan is a floral, aquatic, woody fragrance for men and women. This was launched in the year 2011. The top notes of this fragrance are Amalfi lemon and bergamot, whereas the mid notes are jasmine, rose and white flowers, and the base has got musk and woody notes. Now, when you think about this looks like a very, you're thinking of a citrusy, fresh kind of a fragrance. You're quite right, but the prominent notes on this fragrance are the white flower bouquet that we are talking about, where the white flower kind of just, takes over this particular fragrance with that powdery vibe, and it makes for a fantastic fragrance. Think about a room or a space that's surrounded with white, everything white around you, and you're wearing something white, and this fragrance will complement you so much that it makes you completely 100% in sync with that particular dimension. I have a decant of this fragrance here. Okay, this is the Aqua Universalis Forte by MFK, and let me apply a spray. And immediately you get hit with this blast of floral notes, and you get that musk, and you also get that citrusy thing. But like I said, it's the floral bouquet that really makes up this particular fragrance. And after the first 15-20 minutes time, it kind of starts settle down and it brings about that powderiness, and that powderiness continues to be there with you for a couple of hours time, and then it starts to mellow down. But in the powderiness, that floral components like jasmine and rose and all of that, they kind of stand out and they kind of create this beautiful aura around you. This is an excellent fragrance for summer, daytime. It can become a signature scent as well, and as it kind of dries down in the third and fourth hour, it kind of mellows down a little bit and becomes that powdery, talky, woody base. The woodiness is very, very light, and the dominant thing is definitely those flowery notes. Now, on skin, I got about 4 hours, roughly 3.5-4 hours with the OG, and on strip, this you can definitely get it about 5 hours plus. On apparel, again, I would say about 5-6 hours. The performance is definitely not loud. This is not going to project like 3 feet, 4 feet. You will get about 1 to 2 feet, but it builds a beautiful bubble around you, a scent profile that you can carry yourself anywhere. It's an excellent office wear. It's an excellent day wear fragrance. It's especially very good for summers and spring and all of that. Now, this particular fragrance is from the house of MFK, so it's a niche house. So the bottle costs like 20,000 rupees for 70-75 ml. Now, the best alternate for this, or the only clone that I know of, is from the house of Yasmin fragrances. Okay, they were the only ones who had a few of these Aqua Universalis lineup with them. This is a 10 ml sample, and this can be about for less than 200 rupees, I guess, and 50 ml costs about 800 rupees. Now, the beauty of this particular alternate or clone of this is that this one opens up very well, very similar to that of the OG in the terms of scent profile. The only thing, the OG being light and airy, continues to be that sophisticated scent. This is a little more denser. Now, the denser version of this particular fragrance actually works in its favor. Now, when I say in its favor, it becomes more louder, or it is more louder than the OG in many cases. On the skin and on the strip, it becomes very, very loud, and you get that dominant effect or the tone of that powderiness with that floral note. On skin, I got about 5 to 6 hours easily on this, and on apparel, this can go up to almost 7 hours plus, which I think is fantastic for a fragrance of this kind, because it kind of elevates those notes and it makes it very pronounced, very beautiful around you. So if you like fragrances such as Creed Silver Mountain Water or Clive Christian No. 1, which have got white flower notes, then I'm sure you'll like this kind of a fragrance as well. This becomes a very beautiful fragrance that you can have in your collection. And like I said, it's perfect for almost every occasion, small gatherings and all of that. It is perfect. It makes it for a fantastic blend. Think about the citrus note and the floral notes, but the jasmine and the rose kind of elevate the fragrance really nice. And that powderiness that we're talking about becomes one, generally powderiness is associated with dry down and mellow, but here the powderiness is actually quite dominant because of the floral notes, and it actually builds a very beautiful vibe, like I said earlier. Right now, if I look at the rating of this particular fragrance, I'm talking about the Yasmin version of Aqua Universalis Forte. If I look at the scent profile, I would give this a 8.5. The reason being, it's very close to the OG, at least close to a 90+%. Where it really takes a little bit hit is that airiness that the OG has got, and which can't be replicated on a clone at this price point. But definitely a good scent profile all throughout. You really can't distinguish very much between the OG and this, except for that sophistication of that lightness and the airiness in the fragrance, right? So 8.5 on scent profile. Now on performance, I'm going with again a good 8.5 because I think this is really good in terms of performance. 5 to 6 hours on skin and 7+ hours on apparel is really good. So 8.5 on performance. Now value for money, I am giving this a 9. The reason being is I think at 800 rupees for 50 ml, this is a steal. When you compare 20,000 rupees for the OG, and you really don't have a lot of clones for this. I've recently got to know that PPI also has Aqua Kill, which is also a clone of this. I will look at it if I can make a comparison video for it, but nonetheless 800 rupees for 50 ml and I think about 1500 rupees for 100 ml makes for a very good value for money proposition for this particular fragrance. The last of course is in presentation, and in presentation I am giving this a 7.5 simply because this will come in a simple glass bottle with a sticker on it of Yasmin fragrances and the name of the fragrance. There is no customization, there's no artwork, and there's no fancy bottle, so I'm going with 7.5. Now on the whole, if I were to look at this particular fragrance and give it a recommended rating, and I can definitely say this is highly recommended if you like white floral fragrances with powderiness and the talc component, you can definitely consider this as a wonderful fragrance. And like I said earlier, if you think about a space, think about a gallery or a party room or a garden which is completely white in color, decorated with white, and you're wearing white and all of that, this fragrance will just be that one component that will complete that entire room and that space and make you in sync with whatever is happening around you. So definitely worth buy a completely good clone of MFK's Aqua Universalis Forte from the house of Yasmin, called AUF as well. If you like this kind of content that I bring, please do like, subscribe and share. I also have OG versus alts and the comparison videos that I have in my playlist as well that you can look at for videos of YSL Y, Aventus and many more. So do like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. My name is Rodney. Take care. Love. Bye.